Hey guys, if you're new to Deception Bytes, hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you wish to support the channel, the links are in the description below. Now, fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm back, and it is July 10th, and it's 10:06 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm getting another late start today, but I got lost in a swamp. Literally, it's a long story. I won't bore you with the details, but I really was literally in a swamp. So let's get started. Now, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to finish off with the July 9th post, because by the time I had uploaded that post, Q had posted more. So we're going to start off with that. It's going to be its own video. Then while that is uploading, I'm going to upload the posts for today. So we are going to be caught up, hopefully, but of course, Q could be out there posting right now for all I know. So anyway, that is what we're going to do. And let's get started. We've got lots to cover. And tomorrow is going to be it's going to be storming, raining, very hot and humid, and lightning, thunder, all that. So I am planning on staying in tomorrow. I've done all my errands, and so tomorrow, even if Q posts, I am going to get caught up on the Q news, because there's a lot of stuff I want to cover that's related to all this stuff, but I don't really want to put it in with the Q post because a lot of people want that separate. They want their Q posts and that's it. So that's what we're doing. All right, so I'm picking up from where I left off in the last video, and we are covering the second part of July 9th now. I can't even talk right. Anyway, this is the first one, and let's go up to where it starts here. And it starts here. And it says, regarding Bill Clinton and Rachel Chandler, who we covered in the last video. And of course, if you've been following Q all this time, you will be well familiar with the name Rachel Chandler. So regarding Bill Clinton and Rachel Chandler Epstein plane picture, did the FBI DOJ interview Rachel Chandler? To my knowledge, no. And that has been much to the consternation of a lot of people, because she should have been interviewed. Now, has she been interviewed from the time he was first charged for the first charges, and now is she being interviewed in relation to these new charges? I don't know. When did public awareness grow across social media? Well, the public awareness grew because of Q. Because Q brought this up, actually, I'd have to look up the date, but it wasn't that long ago. And Q brought it up, and we went to her Instagram. She posted something quite, I don't know. It's uncomfortable to look at. Let's just put it that way, okay? And she posted that on her Instagram, and from there, a lot of Anons did a lot of digging, found she was connected to all sorts of things. Ray Chandler equals child handler, and he did this for Epstein. She's got connections to a lot of important people. She started a modeling agency which supplied underage, which really wasn't a modeling agency. These were underage boys and girls that she used as so-called models, and I guess her client could order a model. All right. So that is when awareness started to grow about Rachel Chandler, because before then, I don't think anybody had heard of her. I mean, at least not normal people. Perhaps some of the elite absolutely had heard of her, but not us. So, and it says classified 1 to 99. I have never known what that meant. And if any of you know, please inform me, because we all are aware of different things, and we can all help one another to understand these posts and to get the most out of them. So, and then the next one is, what age is Rachel Chandler in the picture? She is 15. Under the age of 18? Yes, she is, under the legal age to be having sexual relations with an adult. She was only 15 in that picture. Who posted the picture? Rachel Chandler. Yes, that picture was posted on her Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. Who posted internal security cam pics of the temple? And that is what that camera is showing. It is underneath that temple. There are many, many layers underneath that temple, and apparently many rooms. And they are recorded, and they are used to blackmail the elite. And so, yes, she posted the internal security cam pics, which we're going to get to. And they are of the temple, and she posted them on her Instagram, which is IG here. He means Instagram. Untouchable mindset by all involved. Absolutely. They feel that they are untouchable because they have so much material to blackmail these people. So they think, okay, well, these elites that have visited Epstein Island are certainly not going to tell on them or to report them to the FBI or DOJ or whoever because they're implicated. So yes, they feel that they are untouchable. And up till now, this has been going on for many years, 20 years at least. And so up till now, they have been untouchable. So, and Q says blackmail, power. Oh yeah, if you've got something really powerful on someone who's very important and moves in the elite circles, yeah, that brings you power because you know you control them. Because if they step out of line, you can threaten to bring these pictures to the public or just drop them anonymously. Top-down protection, absolutely. What they do is they have targeted the very elite, Prince Andrew, all sorts of people in Hollywood, in the elite. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if that they have blackmailed those in religious circles, because we know that just because you are in a car doesn't make you a garage, and you can say that you are a Christian, but it doesn't make it so. And some of these large churches, these mega churches, they are for profit. That's what they're doing. They make these ministers make millions and millions and millions of dollars. And yeah, nothing corrupts more than money. All right. Top-down protection, absolutely. Plane plus temple plus XYZ pics equals witness. And yeah, I mean, because you got to think that they have the logs, they have the flight logs, so they know who was there. And that that internal picture with all the channels, I think there was 16 channels in those pictures, and those are a witness because underneath it says the date, and you can look up in the flight logs and see who was there. Now, I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I fully intend on doing that. So plane plus temple plus XYZ pics equals witness. They themselves are a witness. The flight log, the pictures from the temple, yes, they themselves are a witness. Witness plus classified 1 to 99. Again, I don't know what that is. Why did Rachel Chandler form a modeling talent agency? Well, I've answered that. That's precisely why she answered that. She was a supplier of underage women for Jeffrey Epstein and his guests there at Little St. James Island. So why was Rachel Chandler / Epstein and the M temple? M stands for Moloch. That temple is dedicated to the Canaanite god Moloch, the god of human infant, really, sacrifice, child sacrifice. And so why was Rachel Chandler Epstein and the Moloch temple highlighted in the past? Dark to light. These people are sick. Now, something just popped into my head, so I think I'm going to say it because it's possible. Because we know that a lot of evidence was ignored in the first time he was charged, and he was, oh my gosh, he didn't serve very much of a sentence at all. And so, was there stuff in that was classified and it was not admitted? Will it be admitted now? I don't know. I would assume so. So, dark to light, these people are sick. Q. They are indeed sick. In fact, I don't even know if such a word exists to explain the depravity of mind of these people beyond what you could even imagine. I couldn't even think up the things they do, and I don't even like to think about them, but I think we are forced to take a look at it and bring it out into the open. Now, this is a response to this by the oppressor Lieber, and I thought it was good, so I'm including it here. Q asks whether FBI interviewee Rachel Chandler, she was 15 at the time this photo was taken of her on Epstein's plane with Bill Clinton. Why wouldn't the FBI interview her? She was protected by the elite. She was a child handler for the cabal. Who protected her? Guys like Mueller and McCabe and Strzok. She thought she was untouchable, and for a while she was. Public awareness began to grow last year when Q began to post photos. Before that, it was mainly Anons and Pizzagate community who were aware. Much of this evidence was kept under wraps. Chandler felt safe and posted a lot of photos on her Instagram and other social media. NSA started releasing some evidence into public domain, and then, right before the 2016 election, WikiLeaks dropped Pizzagate emails, which brought a lot of attention to this evidence on the Chan. Rachel Chandler posted the internal security camera pictures on social media. She wasn't concerned. She was emboldened. She thought she was protected. They controlled people with blackmail. Rachel and Epstein would secretly record the elite raping children and blackmail them. Rachel Chandler started a modeling agency to lure in unsuspecting kids as more bait for the elite. She was I don't know if those kids were unsuspecting or not. Perhaps they were. Perhaps they were doing this very much against their will. We don't know at this point. She was a trafficker 100 times worse than Allison Mack. There are witnesses who are going to testify against them, but they are protected. Info is classified. These people are Satanists. Sammy has jumped up and decided to join us, so beware the tail. All right, let's go on here. And this is a post from Q back in 20th of March, 2019. So not that many months ago. Ray Chandler equals Allison Mack times 100. So if we think Allison Mack is bad in what she did, Ray Chandler is 100 times worse. Imagine. So we're going to go on now because that is it for that particular post, and we are moving on. All right, and here is the next one, and it has this post from the 24th of February 2019, again only a few short months ago, and it says, those who are the loudest. And you've heard that those that are the loudest are the guiltiest. Q. Now, it links to Bill Maher's Twitter page, and we're going to take a look at that in a moment. And I've got a bigger picture of this so we can take a look. And it says, oops, hang on here. Sorry, overshot my mark. It says, after the Twitter link, it says, no joke and or reference to regarding Epstein. No attempt to connect back to POTUS. Silence. Hunted. Q. What's he talking about? Let's take a look. hopefully the sound is much better. I think that I fixed what the issue was again. And so I did do a test, a tiny little test video to listen to the audio, and it seems fine. But let me know if you have any issues with it, or the audio, like the audio or the video or whatever. Let me know, because if I know, I can work on fixing it. If I don't know, then, then I don't know. All right, this is Bill Maher's Twitter page, and what he is saying, what Q is saying is, don't you find it odd that, considering Epstein's arrest, that Bill Maher hasn't made any jokes about it, or hasn't, tried to tie it to POTUS? He's just dead silent. I think that is very telling. And, you can go through here, and he says, wait, Trump's approval is at an all-time high? Geez, it's good I have this month off. I need time to recharge my batteries in my vaporizer. Who knew 10 years ago getting high would require a USB port? And it says, we're off till August 2nd, but Bill Maher has you covered with all the news that's yet to break. But I think that's, and he's looking, Don Jr. to launch luggage company called Douchebags. And this goes all the way back to July 4th. July 4th, sad to have to watch Republicans trying to put a citizenship on census because they figure non-citizens won't answer it. And there's more of them in blue states, which will lose House seats. I know it's complicated, but it's either that or come up with policies that help people. So he's bashing, of course, he doesn't give up on bashing Trump and Trump's family, but no mention of Epstein here whatsoever. No joke, no trying to link POTUS with Epstein, as many people are attempting to do. So, yeah, that is what Q was drawing our attention to. So let's get out of here and go back to here. So let's make that a little bit bigger. And this was the bigger picture there. And this has been posted before by Q. So I really get the impression that Q is trying to remind us of everything that has gone before since he began posting, and kind of refresh our memory, because so much stuff has happened and gone by. But now that Epstein has been arrested, of course, a lot of this stuff links into it. So that is what he is doing. Now, notice that Maher owns Kid Love Productions. That's an odd name for a company, isn't it? Because it has nothing to do with kids. So that is his production company, and he has produced I'm Swiss, Real Time with Bill Maher, Be More Cynical. Nothing to do with loving kids. Why do you call it Kid Love? Your foot is on my keyboard there, Sammy. Okay, so, and it says, here are some of his so-called jokes, which really aren't funny. But with Deborah LaFave screwing her 14-year-old boy student, the crime is that we didn't get it on videotape. Was he being taken advantage of? I wish I had been taken advantage of like that. What a memory she gave him. Can you believe that he's joking about a teacher sleeping with a 14-year-old boy? He is. He thinks it's funny. That tells us a lot, doesn't it? No. Oh, I need to break out the Acme. Can't be gone. Works every time. All right. I hate doing that to him. I feel mean. Okay. The worst they said Michael Jackson, did was a little grabby under the covers. Get down. Sorry, I don't want the wires chewed, and then all of a sudden I can't do my video. So the worst they said Michael Jackson, did was a little grabby under the covers. If I could go backward, trade that experience, being beat up at age 12 for being gently masturbated by a pop star, I would do it in a New York second. He thinks this is funny. She's in jail because she is in love. That's how I view it. Mahar said this about a Seattle school teacher convicted of having sex with a minor. Yeah, so that is Bill Mahar. And interesting that he is not making jokes about Epstein. Very interesting. Very telling. But we know he's part of the Red Shoe Club. And the red shoes are, well, I'm almost hesitant to say it because of they make these leather shoes out of children. That is the truth. These red shoes. All right, let's go up to the next one. And of course, Q here is just giving us the same thing that we've already looked at here. And then below we have this picture of Bill Mahar, and he's got the coat over his head and he's on a computer with a big Q on it. And Q says, "Not so funny now." Q. Yeah. It was fun making fun of Q back when. Not so fun anymore. Yeah. Because he is in the crosshairs himself. That's why he's not joking about any of this. Okay. And, you know, here it says silence. He's silent about it because he is the hunted now. The hunters become the hunted. And so they do. All right. And this is the next one. We are still on July 9th. And it has a YouTube video. And we're going to go out and watch that. It's very short. And it says, "Welcome to Epstein Island. Ask yourself, is this normal? What does a temple typically symbolize? Worship of a higher power, right? Most people go to a temple to worship their god, and that is exactly what they are doing in that temple. And it is a temple dedicated to child sacrifice because it is a temple of Moloch. And it says, what does an owl symbolize? Dark religion? Yes, absolutely. Just like there is an owl at Bohemian Grove, and owls symbolize the god Moloch, god of child sacrifice. Tunnels underneath? Oh, you betcha. How many channels captured on Ray Chandler's picture? 16. Rooms indicate size. Hallways shown? Yes. Classified 1 to 99. Symbolism will be their downfall. These people are evil. Q. Now, let's go out and watch this video that he has linked here. And this is the temple. It has Egyptian hieroglyphics around it. Here is the owl. And beneath it there are temples, or there are levels, many, many levels. And you can see it's way up on the hill. And the tunnel entrance, there's tunnel entrances here, and there's tunnel entrances from inside. So that is it for that. And let's go back to Q. Sorry. Alrighty. So we're going to go on to the next. Okay, yeah. And also this. I included this remark by Die Oppressor Liebert. This person is very, very good at, decoding this stuff, and his notes are really good. Interesting to note, the reason the Epstein Temple has layers and goes deep into the ground. The Y is attached. Ancient Egyptian beliefs. The lower you go, the closer you are to God, who inhabits the lower parts of the temple. The temple is painted like the stripes on King Tut's King Tut mask. Now, let's look at this. The traditional design was a highly symbolic variety of sacred architecture. It was greatly elaborated variant on the design of an Egyptian house, reflecting its role as the god's home, small g. Moreover, the temple represented a piece of the divine realm on earth. The elevated, enclosed sanctuary was equated with the sacred hill where the world was created in Egyptian myth, and with the burial chamber of a tomb where the gods, Ba, or actually the god Baal or Baal, which is symbolized by a bull. That's who the children, the Israelites were worshiping when Moses went up to the mountain. They took all their gold jewelry and they melted it all down to make this golden calf. It was actually a bull, and it was symbolic of Baal, and that's why it was so egregious to God, because they were worshiping a false god. And so also this temple is dedicated to Baal or Moloch. It really boils down to the same thing. Okay. Okay, so Egyptian myth, and with the burial chamber of a tomb where the gods, Ba, or spirit, came to inhabit its cult image, just as a human, Ba, came to inhabit its mummy. This crucial place, the Egyptians believed, had to be insulated from the impure outside world. Therefore, as one moved toward the sanctuary, the amount of outside light decreased and restrictions on who could enter increased. Yet the temple could also represent the world itself. The processional way could, therefore, stand for the path of the sun traveling across the sky, and the sanctuary for the Duat, where it was believed to set and be reborn at night. The space outside the building was thus equated with the waters of chaos that lay outside the world, while the temple represented the order of the cosmos and the place where that order was continually renewed. Now, this temple is really a replica of what the Egyptians believed, and in their worship of Baal or Baal, or there's many names for that god, and Moloch, the owl god, or symbolized by an owl. It's not really an owl god, but they would have statues, and they believed that the god Moloch would inhabit it. And actually, what they did when they were worshiping it, they had a large statue that was hollow, and a gold statue that was hollow, and they would stoke the fire in that, and the arms were on levers that they'd place a baby in the arms, and it would take it into its belly, really, and the child, the screams of the child would come up through the nose and the mouth of the beast, and would sound like the screams of the child dying in the fire would just resound everywhere. It amplified that sound. Horrific. So let's go on now. All right, and this is the next post here, and it says, do you believe in coincidence? And we're going to take a look at this. Q confirms Anon's graphic proof showing yesterday's drop regarding Flynn news coming. Today, two news article Q linked to today regarding General Flynn, and POTUS tweet regarding Hannity discussing General Flynn after today's drops. Now, actually, are we still on? Yeah, we're still on July 9th, so that's good. Just wanted to be sure that we're still on July 9th because I want to make July 10th into a separate video. All right, so, and here is the bigger picture. It says, Michael Flynn changed his story, putting him on collision course with Judge. That was from July 9th. This breaking Judge slams government argument that Michael Flynn is co-conspirator in former partner's trial. And this was on the 9th of July. And this, Sarah Carter confirms, Judge rules Flynn cannot be named co-conspirator in ex-business partner's trial. And that was from July 9th. And down here we have the post from the 8th. So Flynn news coming. That was on the 8th, and then look at everything that broke the next day. Future proofs past, right? So that is what we are taking a look at there. And we're now moving on to the next post. And this is July 9th as well. And this is Q has placed this picture that we've all seen before, and it says 16 channels 4 by 4. And this is from Rachel Chandler's, or Ray Chandler's, Instagram page. Now, it has since been made private, so you can't get the stuff and find and dig like we were doing when this first came out. We were finding all sorts of very interesting things. So this is a bigger picture of it. And I don't know if you can see it in this picture, but in the right here, which is cut off, sorry, I cut it off a little bit. I clipped it a little bit short, but there's a date on there. And I think it's, the date is 2013. And we can see there's stairs. Now this is apparently taken inside of the temple because there are many floors there. There's tunnels underneath, and there's many levels, and there's rooms with people doing very bad things. This one over here is they're having lunch, so to say. And this, I'm not sure. This is the one set of stairs. This is another set of stairs. Here is a woman, and look at all the rooms here. Lots and lots of rooms. And this is a lunch picture as well. Not going to say anything more than that. So, yeah, these pictures are quite disturbing, to say the least. And in this one, Q says, note 2013 on the bottom, and here you can see it. Date, important, Q. Now, why would the date be important? Because they can take now it's not showing us the full date, but you can take that, I'm sure, the FBI and whoever is investigating this, which I know the FBI are, but can take that date and cross-reference it with the flight logs. So that would tell us quite a lot, wouldn't it? It sure would. So that is that. And then Q says, this Anon says, I see 3 staircases. And Q says, degree of incline, indicate depth. And let's go back just for a second and look at that. These are on a very steep incline, if you ask me. Like, look at the stair. I know it's probably not coming across real good. And the thing is, you know, the picture is very blurry, so you can only do so much with it. But it's a very steep incline, and which probably is an indication of how deep down it goes. And we know that there are tunnels beneath that temple. All right, now let's go on. And then this anon catches on and says, the flight log. And of course, that's exactly what Q is. The flight log. Cross-reference it with 2013 and the date on that, and they know who exactly was on that island. So that's interesting. And, whoops, overshot my mark a little bit there. Let's go up to the next. Oh, sorry, that wasn't an earthquake. That was my cat jumping from the window onto this table. I don't know. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to have to use the Acme Cat Be Gone again. I hate doing that, but I can't have him chewing my wires. All right, July 19th. This is the next Q post, and it has a little clip out of here, and it says July 19th, 2013, Real Time with Bill Maher on HBO. This is a quote from him. This is World Youth Day for the Catholic Church. I mean, this is a big jamboree. Look at that. This is where all the kids in the world get together with priests. What could go wrong? And it says follow the date. 1 example. No coincidences. Q. So I do believe that he's saying that the date on the whatever you call it, all those channels, the surveillance is, well, it's not surveillance actually, it's just a security camera. It coincides fairly closely to this remark by Bill Maher. It says follow the date. 1 example. No coincidences. Q. And then this by Diopresso Lieber says, hot damn, Q gives us leads to track who the monsters were present at Epstein Island, July 2013. Bill Maher was one of them. Look at Kevin Spacey's post for 7/13/19, as well as James Alefantis. This could be big. I did a little research on John Podesta tweets on July 19th, 2013. Interestingly enough, one day before, on 7/18/2013, he was being interviewed about the youth agenda on Google Hangouts. Link is dead. Naturally, they're purging everything. Google is. One day before Catholic Youth Day, comment from @Bill Maher as posted by QAnon. Yeah. Well, he's saying Bill Maher was one of them there, and Kevin Spacey, if you look at, cross-reference it with the logs, flight logs. All right. All right, and now we are on to, I'm sorry for that picture. I know it's disturbing, but Q posted it. And actually, when you find out the backstory of that picture, it's not quite as disturbing, really. We're going to get to that next. I'm going to get this uploaded, and I am going to go right into the posts from today. I hope you'll come back and join me. And thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate it. Stay safe, stay well, stay blessed, and keep seeking truth because deception bites. Good night.